Oh, this is the countdown part.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Old World Tech Fridays.
Good evening.
I am joined by my co-host, Ryan of Everything's Broken Garage,
Yes.
and Trina of Trina's Technobabble.
Yes.
Hi!
Trina's had a week, let me tell you.
It's been rough.
Yeah. It's amazing what happens in a week.
That's right. Oh, gosh. Sloopy is joining us this evening.
And we welcome and thank him.
Yes, thank you very much.
You like
for
my
So
joining
new
us.
name?
let's. Yes, I like it. Trina. Did I say sloppy seconds? Trina's ex? No, Sloopy. Anyway, let's see who we have in the chat. All right. So it looks like right off the bat we have Jesus Christ. That's
lovely.
great. I mean,
Superstar or another one?
just the normal JC. We have Eric, Will from KMac Vintage, Curtis Boyle, some fella named Joe, some guy named Frodo, Scarlet the Four-Eyed Kuda's here, Rudy from Rudy's Retro Intel, and some fella named Sloopy Malibu, whatever that
Never
is.
heard of Joe.
Sloopy Malibu sounds like something that one of the liquor corporations decided to make, but then dropped it.
I would
Like
kick
Could have been a
Malibu rum.
mascot.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
seems
could've-
sketchy. I would kick him out.
Yeah. It's probably best we kick him out. There we go. Problem solved. All right.
Chat. I was talking about out of the chat.
Oh, sorry. My
Like
bad.
this show has any standards.
You'll
Listen, we
notice
have
we
standards.
have some new sponsors this week.
We do.
Ryan.
Yep. I would like first off, Retro Techie is one of our sponsor. I don't see him in the chat, but I'm told that for the next 10 people that subscribe to his channel, he's giving them free hats
Oh, wow.
as well as
Ooh.
free TAMs.
Oh,
So
wow.
you better act
Yeah.
now.
Act now. Supplies limited.
Yes.
What's the link? I want to subscribe.
And then everybody-
YouTube.com/C/RetroTechie.
Everybody needs to go to the Mac 84 site and get their Sit Happens t-shirts. I got my Sit Happens t-shirt in the mail yesterday, so I'm excited.
That's exciting.
Yep.
We thank Mac 84 for taking your money and
That's
not
right.
actually being a sponsor, but just makes cool shirts.
It is a nice shirt.
It is a nice
Hey,
shirt.
you know where else you can find cool shirts?
8bittees.com.
That's right. Javier's got some great ones at 8bittees.com, as
Yep.
well as Joe on jcm-1.com.
Correct. Also, the fine purveyor of retro equipment for your vintage computers.
That's right. The Amazon of vintage computing.
For example, this evening I went to power up my new to me Sun workstation,
Mm-hmm.
and the hard drive has failed. So I
Oh,
need to get
no.
myself a
Where
blue
would you find
SCSI.
a SCSI
Well,
replacement drive?
I
though?
was thinking what kind of SCSI replacement drive I could use, and I was thinking blue SCSI, and I was thinking, the best
I've
place
heard
to
of
get
that.
those blue SCSIs is jcm-1.com.
That's right.
So I'm
Act
going to go
now.
ahead and order a version 2,
Mhm.
and maybe someday they'll include Wi-Fi for Sun. I
That's
know it
true.
works for the Mac, but here's hoping somebody takes the time to develop a wireless driver for it.
Now, do they have wireless drivers for other platforms that use the blue SCSI, or so far just Mac at this point?
I'm joking. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the Atari works, or is it the Amiga?
What?
I'm confused.
Oh, the Amiga. The Amiga.
The Amiga.
Yeah, so if you
for the blue
install like
SCSI.
Miami or whatever for TCP stack, yeah, Amiga has wireless. That's
Wireless now.
it's
There
true.
you go.
Yep. That
There
is
we go.
true. So
Oh.
at least two platforms, because I believe it emulates the Dana port SCSI device. So as long as it can accept a SCSI device for Wi-Fi,
Yes.
then I guess as long as you got the correct TCP stack and stuff.
Well, internet.
So that's
but
pretty cool.
network.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'd like to say a quick hello to Retro Techie, who is our new channel sponsor. So again, if you act now and his next 10 subscribers
That's
are
right.
going to get
Get the
themselves
hat.
a hat, as
the
well as a TAM, a 20th anniversary Mac from his very collection. He's going to be giving it away.
Awesome.
So go ahead and head over there to subscribe.
There is
So-
a Pi Pico code for any 2000. Perhaps it could be folded into Blue SCSI. That's actually a good idea.
Good idea.
So
There you
for
go.
people that do that stuff, absolutely, that needs to be tested out and stuff.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
Cool. So
And thanks for joining us, Chris.
Yes,
and Rudy
Chris, great
jumped
to
in
have you
there.
here. Chris was also at VCF East, if memory
That's
serves.
That's true.
Yes, I'm sure the free hats were what bankrupt you, not the
Yeah.
10 TAMs you have to give away.
Can you run the ticker for the tech history?
Yes, that's what I was just about to do. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and head right into this week in tech history.
So this week in tech history, Metallica loses their cool. April 13th, 2000. The heavy metal group Metallica sues Napster, alleging copyright infringement and racketeering. The lawsuit, later joined by Dr. Dre, as other lawsuits from RIAA, eventually caused the original Napster service to shut down and file for bankruptcy. However, the Pandora's box that Napster opened could not be closed, and digital distribution changed the music industry forever.
Yep. And also, Lars is an idiot. So
well, Metallica also reputation was tarnished for a while after that move as well.
Still is.
Yeah, exactly. April 14th, 1912, the RMS Titanic strikes an iceberg 4 days into its maiden voyage. Over 1,500 passengers drowned when the ship sinks early the next morning. The Marconi wireless equipment on board is used to call for help, effectively saving 700 people. It was stated that those who had been saved have been saved through one man, Mr. Marconi, and his wonderful invention.
And a little quick side note, Marconi tested his radio in Newfoundland, where I am, and used a wire and a kite on our Signal Hill to send a wireless transmission to England from Newfoundland.
Pretty cool.
In 1901.
April 14th, 1981, the first test flight of the first operational space shuttle, the Columbia, ends successfully as the orbiter lands at Edwards Air Force Base in California. April 15th, 1892, the General Electric Company is founded. It was formed by the merger of Edison General Electric, started by Thomas Edison in 1890, and the Thomson-Houston Electric Company. GE was one of the original 12 companies listed on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and in 2010 was ranked by Forbes as the world's second largest company. Let's see. April 15th, 1977, the PC industry was born at the first annual West Coast Computer Fair. Is held over 3 days in San Francisco, California, attended by over 12,750 people. The fair featured the debut of the Apple II computer, which features 16 KB of memory, BASIC, a built-in keyboard, 8 expansion slots, a built-in high-resolution color graphics. Many credit this event and the launch of the Apple II as giving birth to the personal computer industry. April 15th, 2002, Marcel Brown Technology Services born. Budding entrepreneur Marcel Brown started his first day as a full-time self-employed professional after years of helping people and small businesses with their technology needs on the side. It was from this humble beginning that a technology empire of unprecedented scale was created. Must be somebody that probably knows the guy that writes these this week in tech history, because I've never heard of him. Let's see. April 16th, 1977, Apple and Commodore. On the same day, at the first annual West Coast Computer Fair, both Apple II and the Commodore PET 2001 personal computers are introduced. Ironically, Commodore had previously rejected purchasing the Apple II from Steve Jobs and Wozniak, deciding to build their own computers. Both computers use the same processor, the MOS 6502, but the companies had two different design strategies, and it showed on this day. Apple wanted to build computers with more features at a higher price point. The Commodore wanted to sell less feature-filled computers at a lower price point. The Apple II had color graphics and sound, selling for $1,298. The Commodore PET only had monochrome display and was priced at $795. Note it was very difficult finding a picture of both an original Apple II, like not a 2E, and the Commodore PET 2001. I can only find this picture that also includes the TRS-80, another PC introduced later in 1977, and that's the person that wrote the So the person that actually writes these, his name is Marcel Brown. That's the guy who writes This Day in Tech History. So mystery solved.
I was looking up actually because he's an IT
Yeah, I was like,
professional who
wait,
also
I
writes
don't know
tech
who that
history.
guy is. Yes, so there you go. Mystery solved. Surveyor 3 launched this day, April 17th, 1967. The spacecraft Surveyor 3 is launched from Cape Kennedy, Florida. It is the second U.S. spacecraft to make a soft landing on the moon, which the Surveyor 2 had crash landed, where it would study the lunar surface and send more than 6,300 pictures back to Earth. In all, 7 surveyors would be sent to the moon, 5 of them successfully completing soft landings.
How many of them were whalers?
I don't know. It's in the books. It's in the books.
Yeah.
I wrote about the whalers on the moon.
Whalers on the moon.
Let's see. April 18th, 1983, the Osborne Computer Corporation officially announced the Osborne Executive Portable Computer, the follow-up to his extremely successful Osborne 1. This is the computer that, according to lore, took down the company. Known as the Osborne effect, the legend is that by leaking the announcement of the computer earlier in the year, dealers canceled all orders of the Osborne 1, effectively destroying the company's cash flow and hindering operations going forward. This resulted in the cancellation of the company's IPO and eventually to bankruptcy. The reality may not be so simple, but his research shows that the Osborne effect may have been a contributing cause to the company's demise. Along with the rise of competitors, such as the introduction of the introduction of the IBM PC and mismanagement by the company's president, brought in by investors to provide adult supervision.
So Retro Techie points out a good point. It might also have something to do with the fact that the founder of Osborne was in fact a villain in the Marvel universe.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And his son ended up being Hobgoblin. So
yes, that is correct.
It's hard to run an empire when you're thinking about
juggling two different things. You know,
it's hard.
A lot of busy going on. And the last one, April 18th, 1986, newspapers report that IBM's Model 3090 mainframe has become the first commercial computer to use 1 megabit of chip memory. 4 times the storage capacity of the current generation of 256 kilobit chips. To give context to that amount of storage, it was reported that a megabit could store over 1 million bits of data, which translated about 100 double-spaced typewritten pages at the time. Most computers were still using 64 kbps of memory.
Funny.
So that is this day in tech history.
Awesome. Well, that's great.
Like my cat.
I'd like your cat. Yeah, except it's
Is that
not
Mr. Bigglesworth?
You want to see something funky about my cat?
It's a T-shirt.
It's got a tattoo on it.
Does it? Oh, it does. Now that's a fine cat. Where would one get a fine cat like that?
Yeah, exactly. I've heard of what is that? Sold on jcm-1.com.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Fine purveyor of all things for your retro PCs.
That's right.
If there was a retro PC haberdashery, it's jcm-1.com.
I also want to quickly
I'm
point
Trina,
out,
so I have to have my cat.
That's true.
This is the best I could do.
That's true.
So yeah.
Before we move on, I want to point out one more thing. For those of you who didn't get a chance last week, we talked briefly toward the end of the episode. Curtis Boyle released the Nitros 9.
Yes.
So for those of you who didn't see it, I'll leave the ticker on there for a couple of minutes, just so that those of you may be able to check it out if they haven't seen it yet.
And that's for the Coco, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Indeed, sir. Indeed.
The Coco 3.
Sorry. The Coco.
EOU 1.0.1. Yep.
Excuse me.
It's for the Coco 3.
Coco 3. If only I had a Coco 3.
I don't have one either.
You should put it into the chat so that people don't have to type it all out.
That is true. Hang on. Let me find it. I got it here somewhere. Where is it? It's hard to find. Perfect. Got it. And bam. There you go. It should be on there now. Might be some Cocoa 3s for sale at Cocoa Fest in 2 weeks. Yes, that is correct. I'm hoping so. I trust
Cocoa Fest?
you and
Is
Sloopy
that-
to find one.
Is that a is
There's
that
a
some
Cocoa
sort
Tree
of
right there. There's a
is
Cocoa
that
Tree
some
right
sort
there.
of is Cocoa Fest some sort of festival for people who enjoy hot chocolate?
That's true. That's why they hold it up north
No, it says
in
festival
Chicago.
for people who enjoy the movie.
Ah, the movie The Coco is a good
Oh,
movie.
that makes sense. That was a good movie. It had a
That
lot of
was a good
catchy
movie.
songs.
It did.
You
Yep.
know, I've never seen the movie.
Really?
It's got a lot of catchy songs.
It's good. Oh, sorry, I am beat. It's been a long day. It's been a long week.
Rudy
we-
can't see the link. Hang on.
Yeah, you
Try it again.
no link.
Can you see the link now?
There you go.
There's the link.
I pasted the link. How rude. There it goes. It's finally working.
K-Max says I have no Radio Shack items. Probably for the best.
Hey.
Hey, Eric.
Just
How's it
in
going?
time.
Just in time. So yeah, it's been a very long week. I know that myself and Frank have been flat out, and I'm Sloopy as
Mhm.
well. I know that Sloopy spent last weekend at VCF not Midwest East. So I don't know. We're probably going to talk to Sloopy shortly about that, but I'm just going to jump in and do a quick little spiel. Joe mentioned it earlier in the chat, but I had it on my list of things to talk about. Today is the official day for the announcement of the end of the Z80 or Z80
It's
processor.
a Z80. Z80.
A Z80, yes. It's
Z80.
It's a
It's a
Z80,
U-
yes.
It's a U.S. product.
It's a Z80.
And it's a proper noun, proper name.
It's a Z80. Right? How do you say it? Say it again?
Z80.
Z80, right. Okay, it's a Z80.
Dern Cantanians.
Yes, like Joe says Z80, but then Retro Techie says Z80.
Yeah,
So it's a battle of the will beg to differs here.
It is a Z80 in a ZX Spectrum
Right, correct.
because
Anyway,
the
Totally
ZX
different things.
is a UK product, so it's a ZX, not a
Right.
ZX.
Well, just like on Stargate Atlantis, they were ZPMs.
Yeah.
One of us is correct.
That's
The other
correct.
is
The other
Richard
one is
Techie.
Retro Techie.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Anyway, so yes, the what I would argue is probably one of the most prolific CPUs.
Well, Jesus
of all
Christ
time.
says it's Z,
It's in-
so it's got to be. It's the gospel now.
Yeah, it's the gospel truth. Jesus Christ said it. Is officially done. So as of today, the production, I believe, stopped, and they have enough, I guess, backlog of them to allow for ordering till sometime in June. So, I mean, there are literally millions of them. So I don't expect there to be a bit of a shortage. It just means no new ones are going to be created. But it's going to be interesting to see what, like, there are certain products that still have them in them. So it'll be interesting to see what they'll replace them with. I'm assuming that someone's going to come up with a replacement or an open source alternative
been-
or some.
48 years now, and they are discontinuing taking orders mid-June.
Okay, so there you go. 6502 forever, eh? It's arguably a better processor.
Yep, and they still make it.
Correct, they do. And it's $14 or $16 for a WDC. Buy them now, Joe says. I feel like Joe is like, what's his name on Mad Money? Buy. So yeah, it's interesting. You think about like the last day for something so prolific. You wonder like when will the last x86 processor come off the line? Right.
Now
I
more
mean,
and more people are moving away from x86. So
yeah, like is that going to become a niche processor
Mhm.
type? Probably. And then at what point in the future will it cease to exist? Right.
that is true. Very good point.
Right.
Just use an ARM.
At the risk of sounding, sorry, you said use an
I
arm.
know, right? That is funny.
But I believe, speaking of Z80s, or ZX Spectrum. I believe, Frodo, you got something in the mail today.
Yeah, I did. Well, it was this week. I got a ZX Spectrum Plus, came in the mail from the UK.
With a real keyboard.
Yep, mess around with that. And then I have a ZX81 that came in last week. Messing with.
Nice.
But I can't tell if it's, like, when you're younger and every time you hit something with a hammer, your eyes close. Like it's like a reflex, your eyes just close. I think I'm doing the same thing when I use the ZX81 because every time I push a button, the screen blinks. So I'm trying to train myself. I think my eyes are blinking as a reflex. At least I think that's what the problem is.
That's
what I'm relating it to.
Friends don't let friends use a ZX80 or a ZX81.
What about a Sinclair Timex Sinclair? Does that count?
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Rudy asks, "Is there a?"
If that hammer reflex thing is true, then Joe's technically blind. That's a good one.
I can find that for you, Rudy.
Yeah.
It's on, I think Ars Technica had a.
Well, you can read it right on the Zilog press release right here.
So it's been nearly 50 years in production. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, 48 years. Yeah, so they're only letting you order up until June 14th. And after that, you can no longer order.
Interesting.
And I didn't realize they were still making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different versions of the Z80 processor.
Oh, yeah, I imagine there's many different versions.
Yeah.
For sure.
13 different ones.
I imagine much like everything, there's probably different versions. I'm sure are there different versions of the 6502? I would imagine there are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like the 65C02. Cool. Yeah. Sloopy, do you want to tell us a little bit about your time at VCF East, how it went, what some of the takeaways were? You survived, obviously, so there wasn't any mass panic or, nobody got mauled at the free table. So
I heard that in order to get there, you had to cross the Delaware by boat. Is that true?
Was it winter?
No.
And did you have wooden teeth?
Oh, Lord.
Did you have wooden teeth?
No, you had to swim across.
Okay.
Right.
So it was like the polar plunge.
Mm-hmm.
Very brisk.
But it wasn't that cold. There was no ice.
Okay.
It was crisp. Let's go with that. Yeah. Crisp for a upstate New Yorker, not crisp for a Canadian.
I see.
Gotcha.
So it was.
So,
it was
how'd it go?
for Canadians.
So you're saying it was basically a the pool water at our local outdoor swimming pool.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
The regular one, not the heated one.
Correct. Of course.
But no, it was quite fun. I mean, I've been going for several years, actually about 15 years now, on and off. And it's
Karina, we didn't realize how old you were.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
I started going when I was 10.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But yeah, it's been expanding. They've been opening up new buildings and new areas.
Awesome.
They had a new wing open that has the VCF museum, and then they had a few demonstrators and exhibits on that section. I'm glad I pre-planned for this as soon as you said, "Hey, come talk about it."
Oh, awesome.
This is the program and the schedule for the talks, which all this is still on their website if you want to see it.
Oh, wow. The other Chris, Retrotech Chris, says over 1,000 attendees on Saturday alone. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I saw a
That is
lot of
awesome.
good video.
Yeah.
What they don't have on the website though is here's the layout of it.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that
And,
is cool.
Let's see here. This is the entrance and parking lot, and this is the main building, and where it says 2B, here is where I was located in this room.
Okay. So that's where they
And,
put the the social pariahs. Gotcha.
No, it's like in 2A is like where the vendors are and such.
Mm.
And I was representing Retro Innovation, so we were an extended vendor. Down here in 2C is where Steve, Mac 84, Ron Computer Videos, and and crackers, John, Big Bad Biologist was,
Big Bad Welch. Yep.
and I DIY and Action Retro. But there was a noticeable lack of Joe there, which was sad.
Joe was there in spirit.
But Tech Knight was there, so
Okay.
Oh, nice.
so we had that.
Now,
And
did
then,
Tech Knight bring his weather station?
Amiga of Rochester was there.
yes, yeah, he was in that room as well.
So Tech Knight brought working weather station.
Yes,
His working weather
and
station.
and a cable modem setup.
Cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Weather station. That's
Yeah.
neat.
And there was like
It's
several
working.
cable modems there, and it was a really cool setup.
That's awesome.
Then over in here, then this is the rest of the building, with other displays that are usually there. Over here in this small section, which is 2D or 8, that's where the VCF Computer Museum is, and there was 3 more demonstrations there. Then over here,
Sweet.
which is out on the other side, is where the section 5 here is where the talks were done,
Okay.
which were pretty interesting. And then 7 here is where the food court was. Down here in 3 is where they had the classroom with all the Ataris and Fujinet on the one side, and the other side had Glitchworks teaching people how to solder.
Nice.
I went down and talked to him. If you ever get a chance, go talk to Glitch, because he's a great guy. Really nice. I highly recommend, and get some of his kits, because they're not only do they teach you how to solder, but they're quite useful.
Oh, that's awesome.
He
Now, I
has
believe on your map, I believe section 5 was restricted for government projects. You got to have special clearance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eureka.
And then back here, which is kind of interesting, because it's not quite there, because it's actually these buildings come over, so it's actually restrict your view of it. This is where the for sale section was, the consignment shop was, which I'm sure in the videos that you've seen, many pictures of it. There was quite a bit, but unfortunately things were not exactly cheap.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So I saw a lot of hubbub about some of the pricing being offered at VCF being a little bit too eBay.
Absolutely.
I know what I got: polka dot shower curtain.
Right. Like an Atari 1040 ST with monitor, but the floppy drive was not inside of it. It was there. It was sitting on top, and they were asking $400 for it.
Wow,
which
so function
for
unknown.
For $400, you should be getting a mint condition ST.
Right.
There was other decent prices. Retrotech Chris actually found an IBM PS2 Models 70, I think it was. And
I'm
that
pretty
was
sure
like,
it was the 70.
it was, the price was reduced to 120, which is a pretty decent price. Originally they were asking, I think it was 200. Yeah. There was the Star Maxes there, which they wanted a kidney for. Yeah. And unfortunately, the person that owned them, from what I understand, walked out of there very disgruntled that they didn't sell. But then when you're trying to ask for premium prices, you're going to get them.
Chris said he paid $80 for that PS2.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well done.
That's a good deal.
So
awesome.
It was a bunch of
And-
wonderful people, and I can't recommend you going there enough, because then you get all these cool stickers.
Ooh.
That's right. So did you get to meet DJ and Leo then?
Yeah.
They were there.
Did you get to meet the Naboo guys?
Yes,
Awesome.
but that's not Retro Tech Chris.
No.
And my vote for second best sticker of the show was
Power's broken.
from IIDYY.
Yeah.
And my favorite sticker of the show,
I love that
that's
one.
so funny.
Yeah.
also, for those who know him, Paul Rickards was there. He had a setup of plotters where he was doing plot art, and he was giving out. And that's the third best sticker,
Yep. It matches your shirt, Frank.
which looks familiar, doesn't it?
I know, right? It happens.
He was doing plotter art and doing postcards that he was giving away, and there was some large 11 by 17s that he was selling in the consignment shop, and this is one of the things that he did. He printed
Very cool.
right there.
That's really cool.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's upside down.
Oh, now it makes more sense. Yes.
So
Awesome.
Right.
Retro Tech Chris says he spent a lot of time with DJ and Leo of the Naboo, so that's good.
That's
I'm
awesome.
glad that the Naboo guys
I'm glad
got
they
down.
were able to make it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm hoping now that this is sort of their litmus test, I think, to see if VCF Midwest is something they want to do. So hopefully this was a good enough experience that they want to also attend in September. So
Absolutely.
excited for that.
yeah, there was a lot of exhibitors there that I'd seen before.
Okay.
And
now, Slippy, I'm going to ask the most important question: the free pile. What was it like?
Huh? What?
The free pile.
No, make it stop.
You don't want to talk about it? You're having some PTSD there?
What? Did you say something?
Are the choppers? Can you hear the choppers? And you're going back to the rice paddies?
I keep hearing voices in my head.
It's not, man. You wouldn't understand. You'd have to be there.
Honestly, in all seriousness, no, I didn't see the free pile, because every time I've gone to the free pile at East, it's been, let's just say, it's your mental health will thank you for not going there.
Ooh, I need that. Ooh, I need that.
Because especially on Saturday, people get to be, let's just say, their inner wild starts to come out and get to be vicious.
Yeah. It's like the purge.
That's
But
right.
yeah.
Free pile.
The vintage purge.
The vintage purge.
Oh yeah, the free pile was anemic. Yeah, I actually saw the free pile on Sunday when everything was like all done, and
Pick cleaner than a turkey.
I got the best thing in the free pile.
Which was?
This.
Hey, for me? Thank you.
No, it's mine.
For the son that I'm sending you.
I'll tell you what, I'll trade it. You know the special mouse pads, the optical ones, because this is the ball version.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Do you need one of the mouse pads?
Yes, I
have one.
Prefer one that has the Sun logo on it.
Oh, mine I think is just blank, but I'll check. It's in storage. I'll have to go through and look for it.
Yeah,
But I would take a blank one.
It's like Walmart on Black Friday.
Oh God.
Yes.
That is a very apt analogy.
All I picture is like, after Thanksgiving dinner, you're all sitting around half comatose and the turkey is on the table and it's just bones and a little bit of gristle left. That's what I envision the free pile is like. Yeah.
Yes.
We're actually hosting an event here in St. John's right now called Sci-Fi on the Rock. Any of my local people, you should head out to Sci-Fi tomorrow. We have a whole retro room set up, and we actually have a free pile. And it's the most substantial free pile we've ever had at one of our events. I believe there are about 35 laptops that we're giving away and about 20-ish desktop computers, as well as a pile of peripherals, printers, cables, that sort of stuff. So if you're in the St. John's area and you want to head to Sci-Fi on the Rock, highly recommend. Ooh, more sun mice. Oh, one's the optical. I see. Yep.
Ah, there you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
One's male, one's female. Makes sense.
One's got balls and one's been neutered.
That's true.
But he has laser eyes, so the neutering is okay because he's got laser eyes.
It's a fair trade-off.
Yeah, they're
Cyclops doesn't seem so sad.
Yeah, they're from my my Spark Station too,
which you don't have yet.
It's right there.
Oh, so why am I sending you his son? Because you want more.
I have a second one.
Ah, got you. The second son.
Which one are you sending me?
I have no idea. I have to go collect them first.
Okay. Yeah, because I think the one you have is different than this one.
The one I have is a Sun Ultra 2 Creator.
Yeah, the one you have, I think 5 maybe. Or
what do you mean 5?
The one I said I want that. I think it was a 5 or
that one you said you want that as a 5. Yeah.
Yeah, as a 1 or
there's
a 5.
There's also a lunchbox. I don't know.
Yeah, IPX.
Yeah, the little tiny lunchbox.
Yeah, I would take either an IPC, IPX, or a 5.
Okay, cool. So yeah, well, that's exciting. I'm very excited for my own VCF excursion this coming September. I've been watching VCF East. It's interesting to see like the differences between the different VCFs. Like there are noticeable differences. It's almost like little different factions, right? Like it's like I just finished watching Fallout, so it's kind of like, oh, it's like that's a different vault or that's a different faction, but they have similar.
One thing that's very much different about VCF East versus VCF Midwest in past years is that because there's no like on-site hotel for VCF East. I mean, they do have the bunk room, but not many people want to stay in it because it's about 40 bunks, all in one single room. So, but the big difference is that because there's no hotel on the spot at VCF Midwest, everyone goes down into the lobby or the foyer area and hangs out after the show.
The what area?
The lobby or the foyer area.
The foyer.
Yeah, foyer.
Oh, you weren't part of the chat the other day where we were talking about how Americans say foyer.
How else do you say it?
Foyer?
But it's an ER.
I don't know. It's like fillet or fillet. Same thing.
I can't use French. My mother said I'm not allowed to speak French.
Yeah, see, Retro Techie says foyer equals foyer.
That's why I have several ADB keyboards I can't use because they're French. My mother said I'm not allowed to use French.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Anyway, sorry, I did mean to interrupt you. So they all go downstairs to the porch area, and
they hang out and drink and have fun and talk about things, and people all have various things set up to play and use and such. And it's a very social atmosphere.
Midwest last year, K-Fest, where they talked about like they have stations set up where people can play games and things like that at the place. I don't know. Maybe it was Midwest last year.
Midwest had like a big couch and a TV.
They had like almost like a lounge. They had
like a 70s couch and a big floor model TV. That was Midwest.
Okay.
Sloopy says, Retro Techie says, send me your keyboards. So maybe you can make a trade. French for English?
I'll trade you a French keyboard for your Vectrex.
He doesn't have it. It's still my Vectrex.
No. His Vectrex.
He doesn't have one. It's mine.
No. I'm not talking about your Vectrex. I'm talking about
right now it's Schrodinger's Vectrex.
Right now it's Schrodinger's.
I'm talking about Retro Techie's Vectrex because he's going to get one eventually.
Oh, eventually, yes.
And when he does, I will trade him the French keyboard for it.
Perfect. Or parfait. Cool. Yeah, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to go to Midwest. I was excited to see all the stuff happening at East. I'm hoping Retrotech Chris is going to go to Midwest. I think I twisted his arm enough.
Well,
Retrotech is going to a collectible show. Actually, I was looking at the website he sent me today. It looks like it's going to be a really cool show. There's lots of like vintage stuff, but mostly it's antiques. But I hope he finds a lot of really cool stuff. So he might find a Vectrex. You never know.
Well, if you get me some rope, I can make sure Retrotech Chris is there because I know where he lives.
Just tie him to the front of the car like a deer.
No, I'm not that cruel. I'll put him in the trunk.
Okay.
So
perfect.
like national, what is that?
National Lampoon, Grandpa on the roof.
Yeah, or the Hillbillies, Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah.
Sick grandma on the roof.
Yeah. Just don't tell him so he doesn't know. He'll just see me show up at his door and I'll like, hey, Chris, how you doing? Oh,
what are you doing here?
Doing?
Why do you have a burlap sack and you just put it down over his head?
Yeah. No, I'll get his wife to get in on this because I mean I'll tell her, hey, wouldn't you enjoy a
weekend free?
A weekend without him being a pain in your kneecaps? So help me out and we got you covered.
That's awesome. Cool.
So
but yeah,
let's talk a little bit about the Cocoa Fest coming up.
Yes, tell us a little bit
That's
about
what
Cocoa
2-3 weeks from now.
2 weeks, May 4th and 5th. It's in the greater Chicago area. Yeah, it used to be in the same venue as VCF Midwest, but VCF Midwest grew, so they didn't grow as much because some people are wrong about which computer show to go to. So, yeah, it happens every year, like all the rest of the shows. Although it's called Cocoa Fest, it's pretty much anything candy is acceptable.
See you, Rudy.
See you, Rudy.
Night, Rudy.
Carroll Stream area by Chicago.
But it is, yeah, Carroll Stream. But it is heavy cocoa.
Chicago, Illinois, 60652.
60652. You can take a bite out of crime.
But you will see the MC10. You will see Model 100s and sometimes some of the other machines.
What about Tandy 1000s?
No, you generally don't see them very much. They're more.
You want to see one?
What if I brought one? Would I be shunned?
Bring one. Yeah, okay. No, you wouldn't be shunned.
What if I brought a Tandy to beat up with a bat because I don't like them?
Yeah, you'd be shunned. If you brought a Commodore 64 to beat up with a bat, I think you'd have help.
Oh, so like this one here?
Especially that one there.
Okay.
That's not a
1000.
That's not a 1000.
That's an RH.
That's right on the front.
That's a 1000 SX.
Tandy 1000 TL.
Or TL. Yeah.
I wish I had an SX.
I've got a 1000.
I got a 1000 TL.
I've got a 1000. No,
I got a 1000
C or D.
Oh my!
I have a 1000, but my 1000 has 3.5-inch floppies for some reason. Not 5 1/4.
This one has both.
Mine doesn't have any floppies.
Mine has.
You
both.
just have the blanking plates, or do you have a hard drive?
It has nothing. It used to have 5 1/4-inch floppies, but it doesn't have them anymore.
So it's useless, is what you're saying.
Well, it's a Tandy 1000. Of course, it's useless.
What? No, you can play some things poorly.
Yeah, you can play Niet.
Yeah.
You ever played Niet?
No, can't say I have.
It's a 12K.
Sorry, Niet is no in Russian.
Tetris clone that is actually pretty decent. I used to play it a lot.
Yep, cool. Young Sheldon used it. Yep.
It'll run just about anything on just about any PC.
Like, Young Sheldon, they used a Tandy 1000 SX.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I wish I had an SX.
I have a TL. Mine's a 286.
That's what I have. TL.
But mine's is in the older style body.
Yeah. Mine's
Frank.
Actually a 1000A.
A. So it's Canadian.
A. It is Canadian.
No.
gotta be.
A, not A.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Canadian.
Short A.
1000. It's a 1000 A, not a 1000 A.
It's not Fonzie edition. It's 1000A.
Yes,
That's
Fonzie
right.
edition.
Hey.
1000 A.
Hey, oh,
Oh my.
good times. Yeah, I don't think we had anything else really to talk about besides Cocoa Fest. So, what are some of the other deals or details, I should say, about Cocoa Fest? Where, like, how does one find out information? What kind of stuff can I expect to see there? Is there a free pile? Is there a consignment that's out to lunch?
They have an auction. A lot of people will have stuff for sale at their tables.
Okay.
They I don't have the link on me because I wasn't told that I was going to be talking about Cocoa Fest. I was told that I was going to be talking about VCFEs, so that's why I was
sorry.
prepared for the
Hang
VCFEs.
on.
Sorry.
Is that the Glenside CCC?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. I will post it
Sloopy,
right in
this
there.
is a tobacco-free stream.
Tobacco free?
Yes.
Okay, here, it's free. Who wants
Oh,
one?
thank you. Did you see England, or not to be political or anything, but the UK just passed a law that anybody who is 19 now or 18 now, anybody next year won't be allowed to. It's a lifetime ban on buying cigarettes. So you have to be 18 in 2025, I think. So next year. And after that, you'll never be able. If you're not 18, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you're not born before 2025 or 20, whatever 18 years is, you can't buy cigarettes.
I feel like they were talking about doing something similar here in New York.
Yeah.
So what it would be?
The idea is that in 50, 60 years, there'll be no smoking.
Yeah.
It'll work its way through, right?
So basically, what they're saying is 20. Oh Jesus, you're making me do math.
Wait,
So,
so
like,
they're
I think
not doing
it's
Cocoa
2000
Fest anymore after this year?
2005, I think.
2007.
Is it 2007? Yeah, 2000.
Yeah.
No, 2006.
2006.
Yeah, 2006,
Anyone born 2006 and over
Over.
will not be able to smoke.
Will be allowed to smoke. Anybody who's born early or later than 2006 won't be able to buy cigarettes.
2006 and over
Can buy cigarettes.
won't.
Yes.
2006, 2007, 2008.
Oh, sorry, and over. Yes. Sorry, I thought you meant age, but
Ah.
I meant years. Yeah. Anybody
Anyone
born
2006
after.
and after will not be able to buy cigarettes. They'll be able to stand there and look at you.
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing. Like people said, I can't wait for 25 years or 50 years time when there's 49-year-olds waiting outside for a 50-year-old to go in and buy him smoke.
Oh boy. So we're actually going to end a couple minutes early because Ron is streaming a live stream right after this at 9. So that way people have time to use the potty and grab a drink and some popcorn or whatever. I think he's doing a VCF wrap up of some sort.
Is it going to be an actual in the style of a rap? Because that would be amazing.
Knowing Ron, it could be. I don't know.
It could be.
He is very talented.
Can I get a tuna fish wrap? I'm hungry.
Well, you can tune a piano, you can tune a fish.
You can tune a file system.
You can tune a file system.
One should always defrag.
Unless it's an SSD, then it just puts on.
Yeah, that's true. Then
Defrag.
you wouldn't do that.
What's that?
Something to do with fish tanks, I believe.
Yes. Anyway, so that's exciting. So did you get the link up there for Cocoa Fest?
I did. I put it in there. It's the one that says glensideccc.com /
Cocoa Fest is
it's
put on by the Glenside Color Computer Club.
Cool. Well, that's exciting. So you're looking forward to that, and then are you also going? Oh, it's free admission apparently.
Oh, nice.
Are you also going to be attending Midwest this year, Sloopy?
Yes.
Sweet.
I said, well, I will see you there.
East, Midwest, and Cocoa Fest are my 3 vacations from here.
Oh, awesome.
We'll
look forward to your report from the Cocoa Fest.
Consider going to something else, but I can't really afford it.
Are you bringing your significant better half?
No. She's still recovering from her surgery.
Yes. Yes.
She's doing much better.
Good. Good to hear. Glad to hear.
Still a little bit of sore.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So that would be uncomfortable a long drive.
But
or
also the
flight
big
or whatever.
part is she gets 3 days vacation from you.
There you
So
go.
everybody wins.
Actually, she constantly gets vacations from me.
Oh.
She went home last Tuesday and just came home this past Wednesday.
Oh wow.
And she'll be leaving again on the 25th and won't be back until May 5th when I come back.
Perfect. Good. It's awesome.
Absence
Cool.
doth make the heart grow
strong.
fonder.
Correct.
Hey, Curtis.
Yeah. But yes, thank you, Sloopy, for joining us. We
thank you for
appreciate
being here.
the recap of VCF East and the update as to Cocoa Fest because a lot of people are interested in both. So
I have one question for Sloopy before we finish.
And I have one question for y'all before you finish.
Okay, perfect. So, did you sell much? Were there at VCF East? Did you?
Oh, that's
I know
true.
you prepped a bunch of stuff. Was a lot of it sold? Yeah, good.
Yes. Good. All the Easy Flash 3 cartridges were that weren't taken to Indie Classic were sold.
Perfect.
Awesome.
For those that are not familiar with Indie Classics, it's in Indianapolis, Indiana, on the same weekend as VCF East for some reason.
Interesting.
So,
And what about your repopped Atari cartridge cases? Did you sell many of those? I saw the big box. There was the Atari cartridges.
No, those are Commodore 64 cartridges.
Commodore 64 cartridges.
And they're cartridge shells.
Yeah, did you sell many of those?
Yeah, we sold a few.
Okay. I saw the big box on your table, and I was wondering.
That's not a big box.
No.
Over there is a big box. I have 6 boxes of those shells.
Oh wow.
If you go to go4retro.com, well, store.go4retro.com, you can buy the cartridge shells $5 each, and we have 29 different colors.
Wow, awesome.
We have every color but black.
Yeah, perfect.
So
awesome. And you said you had a question for us, so
yes.
Go ahead.
Since I can never get a straight answer, I keep looking for studio audience tickets, and yet no one seems to know where I can get them. So I have to.
It's a very exclusive list.
Listen. If
there's a lottery, there's a whole system.
Talk to Ron. He'll explain how to get on The Price is Right. It's like that, but way harder.
Oh gosh, yeah. The screening. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So I'll just have to come and be a guest star again.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
That's a lot easier. Just pretend I'm.
We actually had them empty the green room out so you wouldn't steal things. Because
I thought it was kind of funny at the main gate when they asked who I was. I said I was Trina, and they believed me.
Well, I mean, Trina, she has many cases.
If you've seen her employee ID photo, you'd understand.
Yeah. It's true.
She didn't get her sleep that day.
Hey, Garth.
No. Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for attendance in the chat and watching from home.
It's been a week.
It's been a week. Glad to have you here, and we'll be back again this time next week. If you haven't already done so, please feel free to hit that like button and the subscribe button. We only do this once a week. We won't inundate you with a pile of crap. And if you have a chance, jump over to see Ron's wrap-up stream. That's going to start in about 7 minutes over on his channel.
The Discordia.
Or join the Discordia. Voice chat. So, as always, fantastic, guys. Have a fantastic night. And, take it easy.